There we go.
And we are live.
And you,
Just like that.
you got the sun by your arm.
Right. All right. Well, we're live, folks. So we're going to jump right into it. Let's see. Get myself.
What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling?
Going on, good people.
Guess
Hey, everybody.
you gonna introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Brittany Jefferson.
Yep.
Good friend of Veronica's. I'm so happy to be here tonight.
Yes.
How much of a friend? You and Veronica?
Good friend.
Good friends.
I mean, how y'all know each other?
Well, I mean, I was going to get into that.
Well, I guess Miss Brittany, are you from Darlington, Florence, Hartsville?
I am actually from Timmonsville. Yes, big city of
The
Timmonsville.
big T.
Big T-ville.
The Big T-ville.
I reside in Florence. Been in Florence since about 2010. I am a mortgage consultant. I am a child care provider. I've met Veronica working at the radio station.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good days.
Good days. So
So
much fun.
how big was the jump going from one stoplight to multiple stoplights
See there.
since you
Well-
was from Timmonsville coming to Florence? Was it a big adjustment?
Well, not really, because when you're from Timmonsville, you're really kind of from Florence because you come to Florence for everything.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was
It wasn't really. You
okay.
like how I finessed that question?
I got you. So what's going on, people in the comment section already?
Yes. What's going on, Slide Tina? Hey, Jill. Tina. Tina replied twice already, huh? They always start early.
She
You
got
know,
a-
that's Victor.
She got a couple up there.
Lisa, Patricia. Oh, she sure did. What's going on, guys? This is Tangy Tea of Life. Welcome. It is Tuesday. We are back with some more tea, getting ready to spill it all. You know how we do it. We talk about any and everything for all of you new out there. So, don't be surprised what we talk about. We'll be on one topic and then we'll jump on another topic just like that. So keep up. All right. Keep it up. Did I say I'm Veronica? All right.
No, I don't know, but say it again.
I am your host, Veronica, back with you on this Tuesday.
Okay, we gonna be sparing on these bombs, or we gonna give them out to everybody.
Oh, you may get one tonight. Hi, Stevenson, Kimberly. My boy Vic is back with us tonight.
What's going on? How you? There we go. My song.
Come on, Britt.
It's your song.
Yes,
That's my
the
song.
So glad to have you back with us, Victor.
Good to be back.
Well, I have my girl Brittany back with us tonight. Yes, Brittany Jefferson. Brittany started with me, guys, back in 2019 when I had this vision for the show. Brittany was the first person I told about it.
Yeah,
She was ready to jump on board with me.
Yes.
Like,
that's what's up.
she was there when I was deciding on what I wanted the show the name to be. Like, I think maybe I picked maybe 2 or 3, but then when I came to Tangy Tea of Life, I was like,
That was it.
that's it.
Yeah,
That was it.
That's it. I'm definitely going with that one. And it just stuck with me. And shout out to Jaeger as well.
Yes.
Jaeger Tedder. He was there.
He put up with us in all our madness.
Yes, he did. So shout out to Jaeger. But yes, everyone, Brittany started out with me in 2019, but she got so big. She had so much going on. She had a dip A little, but you did come back for a guest
Yeah.
appearance, and now you're back again.
I used to look forward to those nights.
Yes. So welcome back to the tea.
Welcome back,
Brittany.
Brittany.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Hey Tanya, what's going on, Tori? Yes, Brittany. So glad to have you, my sister. So that's like Britt said, we was working together at the radio station. So that's when Britt and I met each other, and then we kicked off the tea, and
About the tea. I mean,
We
I remember
just-
we used to write on what we used to write cue cards on cardboard.
right. And we used to have it posted what we was gonna be talking about. Britt, we didn't came up, homie.
Listen, y'all can comment strongly.
We out here. So yeah, so good to have you in the studio. Shouts out to 119 Media Group for having us back here to sip on some tea tonight.
Oh yeah.
So what's going on, Victor? So glad you're back, my brother, from Florida. How was your trip?
It was okay. It was okay. Got some stuff done, but it was okay.
Good.
It was okay.
Good to
I
have
can't see the board. There's a glare in the screen, but we're gonna get it done tonight. We're gonna try to
Oh.
keep up with some of these comments. You know, some people got upset in the comments, like, and we deep in conversation.
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, that was let me apologize for that. That was what, last Tuesday?
It was
No,
a-
the
it
Tuesday
was a-
before.
It was a couple. It was a couple shows.
Yeah,
even
but
Thursday.
we get so caught up, you know, with
Yeah.
conversation that we sometimes, it's not that we forget the comments are out there. It's just we be so
Hard to keep
focused
up.
on,
Yeah.
you know, so we
You're
do
right.
apologize for that. So guys, before I read this letter, because it is very deep and I definitely want to talk about it, you know, and help this young lady out. But I wanted to bring this topic that I came across today that's in the news about this San Diego man. He's suing his employer for discrimination over his natural hairstyle. So he was working for the company, and he was trying to get a supervisor position, but they told him he would have to cut his dreads,
Mhm.
trim his locks off his ears, eyes, and shoulders to be able to get that position. So he is suing them now for discrimination. So my question to you, Brittany, because you have your own business on your childcare, and please shout it out so everyone can know.
It's Primary Learning Center. If y'all need your kids picked up from school, let us know.
Of
We
course.
visit all schools in Florence County, every last one. Don't hesitate to give me a call. We got you.
Yes,
And if you're trying to buy a house,
exactly.
got you as well.
Call up my girl Brittany, she'll hook you up. So how do you feel about that? Like, you know,
I think that's a bit much, only because if you're not going to keep it equal, don't do it at all. Because I'm pretty sure there's probably other people walking around with hair past their ears. It might not be locks past their ears, but
Yeah.
they got hair past their ears.
right.
So that's a bit much. I didn't know people were still doing stuff like that in this day and age.
Yeah, it's like it's coming out more now, you know? Like
Do we know who the employer was or what industry?
Oh,
I'm just trying to make it make sense.
yeah, it was somewhere in here. Company Encore Global. Encore Global, yeah, out of San Diego, California. So yeah, quite sure they're gonna get a lot of
Oh, yeah.
backlash
Oh yeah.
behind that. And I wonder, will he win this lawsuit though? You know? What you think, Victor?
Well, that kind of hit my family kind of close. My cousin Tracy Thompson is the assistant something in New Jersey. She's some lawyer, whatever. But anyway, she works for the state. And she did a couple interviews about that because she felt at one point in time, because my cousin has always had natural hair. She's always had braids. And she just got recognized last year. Her husband is a judge now. Anyway, there's two lawyers. They whack as hell. But anyway, Tracy felt like she got passed over because of her hair. And this is like in the 90s when this happened. I remember, her talking about it. I mean, I was kind of too young to understand what was going on, but I'm kind of impartial to it one or two ways. If you go to work for somebody's job,
Mhm.
it's their rules. I mean, you already know exactly what you're getting into. You don't have to work for them. And I feel like you should have the freedom to do exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
But if this is my company and this is what I deem professional, either take it or leave it.
True.
So we can sit up in here and we can say, it's 2021, whatever, then go work for somebody else. That's just how I feel, to each his own. But I think I can't tell this man how to run his business, because if you're dealing with the people and this guy is saying, this is what I deem professional.
Yeah.
Who are we to say
Then,
otherwise?
huh?
Who are we to say otherwise?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying, Tor, but it's his business. And when you don his logo on your shirt, you are a direct representation of him. So if he deems that, not appropriate, then that's exactly what it is.
Now I'm with Cheryl, what Cheryl just said, but if he's already working there, what's the issue? That's the thing. Like, he's already
Mhm.
employed there. And now, because he want to step up and get this supervisor position,
Yeah.
They're saying
now
this
they're
is
having a
what's
problem
needed
with his
now.
hair. Yeah.
I mean, I can't answer that question. Now, if I had my business, there will be some things that I would not have my employees do. So this is the thing. So when someone comes in, a lot of times, and I don't know if you can speak on this, but a lot of times when they come in for the interview, that's probably the best they ever gonna be dressed. That's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
the nicest they ever gonna be.
Oh yeah.
And you
At
get
the
this
earliest they ever gonna be doing.
exactly, and you get this fake ass person
Mhm.
to start with. So as time progresses, people get comfortable. So I'm not saying that the dreads or whatever wasn't tolerated. He might be a good worker. But if the employer says, if you want to move up in my company, this is the image that I want, then your work performance doesn't matter anymore, because we all know when it comes to a supervisor, it's all about image, appearance,
Oh, yeah.
and it's more than just work.
It's more politics than work.
It is, because
Mhm.
to be honest with you, I don't want my best worker a supervisor. That's stupid.
Mhm.
I want to keep you there. Now I may compensate you in other ways, but I definitely don't want you to be a supervisor and take you away from what you do great and how you make me money. But I just feel like I think we get, because we get in, some of y'all in corporate America. Well, I guess some of us, and I don't deal with the public, but I noticed that all of my managers in my department, they all have a certain look. They normally have on company apparel all the time. They normally have their shirts tucked in all the time. And you'll never really see them not shaving and stuff like
very,
that.
very clean cut.
They're always like that.
Yeah.
So it's an image that you have to have. I'm not saying you can't have that with dreads, but if this man is saying, this is not what I want,
Yeah.
that's it.
I do
And
think
I get that.
I do think, playing devil's advocate a little bit, I do think we've come to a place where we take everything really personal. And it's really kind of no different from, you go to town hall downtown,
Yep.
they all dress just alike. I mean, literally just alike. From the jeans to the top
Yeah.
to the ponytail to the apron they got on. You know what I'm saying? They dress
Mhm.
just alike.
Uh-huh.
So it's really kind of no different from a standard uniform. I mean, it may hurt somebody's feelings, but like he said, you have to kind of get with the program when somebody tells you what they want. But I do think we take things personal, unless it's kind of the instance where, like I said, there's other people kind of doing the same thing and nothing's been said. Now, then you got a problem.
Right.
Now you being picked out. But other than that, I think we do take stuff really personal that we probably shouldn't in the workplace now.
Yeah.
And what's the
It's-
name of this company again? You remember?
Global something.
Let me see. Encore Global.
Okay.
But yeah, it's these days, like so much is going on, and any little thing, sets
Sets it
some,
off.
yeah,
It's like everybody has to walk on eggshells.
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta be right and tight all the time now.
right. So, shouts out to my Aunt Rainey and all of them in Connecticut who's watching.
What's going on, Aunt Rainey?
Aunt Rainey, she said, "Look so beautiful, Tea of Life." Thank you, Aunt Rainey. So glad to have you guys watching tonight. Let me see. Let me see what Jill says. Is he preparing food? Put on a hairnet. Is it going to hinder his working abilities? That would be the question, and I guarantee it wouldn't. They are just being assholes.
Well, once again, the guy is in case anybody didn't know, this company, the guy wants a supervisor's position and they want him to cut his hair. So apparently they have some kind of vision on what their supervisors look like. So we all know he wasn't denied employment, so there was no discrimination there.
Right.
But when it comes to picking supervisors, there's always going to be some form of discrimination.
Yeah,
Always. And it has nothing to do with race. Discrimination, and a lot of people think discrimination has something to do with race, and it doesn't. It doesn't.
We instantly tied the race.
Yes.
When you hear someone say, "I've been discriminated against," you instantly think, "Oh, they was racist."
Yeah,
But that's not always it.
that's true.
You may have said, "I'm too loud." That might be why you don't want me to be supervisor. Or, I'm not too punctual. I'm great at everything else, but I'm not
Yeah.
too punctual. That might be the reason.
Yeah.
It definitely could be any little thing.
Oh yeah.
Is this a private or public company? Not sure, Britt.
Well,
Bree.
Well,
I
when
don't
I
know what the industry is.
when I looked at it, it's kind of confusing. I don't want it says Encore Global is the leader in AV technology and hybrid virtual or in-person event planning. Encore works with event and meeting planners, marketers, and exhibitors. So, I mean, looking at this company,
I
They-
kind of understand now. Then
and
Talk
that's
about
what,
a lot of shaking hands and kissing babies and being the face. of
that's
someone.
exactly what they do. I see, and I encourage
Yeah.
people before you realize, what you got going on before you make judgment. Look at what this business do. This don't look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest with you, nah. I don't, if this is my company, nah, I don't want you to have no dreads because you are the face of my company. Nah, I don't want that. Yeah, I'm with my man. Nah. I ain't
Or if
want
you're
that.
gonna have them, you probably gonna have to have them tied back all the time.
All the time.
To the point where you're not even gonna want them.
No, I want them done. Oh, not tied back.
You want them
Done.
professional.
Fresh retwist.
Fresh all the time. Because looking at this thing, I don't know what
It
supervisors
looks like
do.
they do high end events, like looks like celebrity weddings, high end. It looks like
That's exactly what it looks like. So yeah,
Well, it says he was going for a job as a technical supervisor.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, I just wanted to know you guys' thoughts on that. Some great points there.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me get to this comment. Stevenson, allow me to say by me from the island. Stevenson is from Haiti.
Yeah.
I really don't care for the folks that just wear the dreadlocks for a hairstyle because other countries it's a religion.
What do you,
So I
put that
can't-
back up there again?
He was saying he really don't care for the folks that just wear the dreadlocks for a hairstyle because other countries it's a religion. I guess him being from Haiti, it's
All
like
right.
it's a
It's a religion. I get it.
type.
I get it. So what did Cheryl say? Because it looked like she
That's like saying you can't get the promotion because you have long blonde hair.
So let me say this. All right, I was in the military, and at one time, women could not have braids. They just relaxed that. So there is a dress code in the military. You men had to have hair 0 to 3 inches. Your mustache couldn't come across the corner of your mouth. You couldn't have a goatee. You couldn't have, like, this watch here is eccentric. One piece, one watch, one ring. And that ring was either a wedding ring or a class ring or your Marine Corps ring. So certain companies do have dress codes. If you ever notice with the president of the United States, one thing that they jumped on Barack Obama was that he had on a brown suit one time.
He stepped out of the box a little too much.
Exactly. So understand that there's always going to be a dress code
Everywhere you go.
everywhere you go. You to the Elks Club, you can't even wear a hat in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a top hat, nothing. So when it comes down to following, I couldn't say really protocol, but if this company is saying you can be a tech, you can be a tech at this company.
If you do X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
And
But you
at
just
that
can't be a
point,
supervisor.
How important is X, Y, and Z?
Exactly.
Is X, Y, and Z that important for you to miss out
Yeah.
on your promotion?
Yeah. So if my company told me, it was like, because I don't have no desire to be a supervisor. But if I did, and they were saying, well, Vicky, you if you did these steps, it depends on how much it is. So I say, bro, whatever. Do your thing. Come work for Britt. Can he watch the Chilling with Dreads? Oh, he can't. Oh, you can't.
They might pull them. You got to tie them back. You got to tie them back.
Keep them tied. Keep them tied.
Keep them out the way.
I hear you, Tori.
All right, guys. So we have an email letter.
Not in the little envelope.
Listen, this was special delivered to me, handwritten.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So it wasn't an email then.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't an email this time, but I still say email letter. But yes, this was handwritten. I met one of our viewers.
Yeah.
And she gave me the letter.
Oof.
So
Was she pretty?
she was cute.
How old she is? How old she? Can I ask that? How old is she?
Well, going by the letter, because I didn't ask all that when I met her.
Yeah.
But
she got yellow paper. God.
I think she was just leaving work. So she probably
she's stealing at the jaw. I'm just messing with you.
This was kind of urgent then.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't see that thing.
Yep.
I'm trying not to put my glasses on, Veronica, but my vision is getting horrible.
But
because it throws a glare, but I'm gonna have to put them on because I can't see.
I'm gonna just read this one last comment before we get in this letter. Bree says, but was he up for a promotion, or did he just inquire and that was one of the things they requested? I think he applied for that position.
Okay.
And in order for you to apply, you gotta.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But see, the problem with that, anytime you apply for something, it would be almost impossible to prove that someone discriminated against you. Now, if they reached out to you, told you that you were being thought of for something, and then all of a sudden changed your mind because of a fact that then you kind of know. But if you just applying, I mean, how you gonna prove? I guess for me, I don't understand how something like that would stand up in a lawsuit.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. You being a business owner, does everybody deserve an interview for a promotion, or should you just shut it down?
No. I've shut down plenty of interviews off the strength of you ain't even took the time to upload a resume.
Okay.
And even if, I never say that it's required. Like if I were to put a job post right now on Indeed or Facebook, I never say it's required, but I feel like that's what separates the people. It filters the people for me off the rip, because there's going to be 10 out of 30 people that took the time to go ahead and upload it anyway, even though it didn't say it was required.
Yeah.
So not to jump way off subject, but there's a lot of people that don't know how to create a resume. So when you're looking at resumes, what jumps out? Is there keywords? Is it structure? How it's structured?
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
The fact that you even have one jumps out for me.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because you'll be amazed how many people just don't even take the time. And I mean, you can go on Word and there's templates. You ain't even got to do nothing but fill your information in. So at this moment in time, there's no reason for anybody not to have a resume. Not when Word will just help you out.
Okay.
That's
you being
true.
a little nosy over here now. I got a whole thing going on over here. You turn my
Come back over here.
No, hell no. I'm trying.
This hotline blinking over here.
I believe it.
No.
Oh man. All right. So like I said, we have a letter. And we're gonna jump right into it. And if you guys want to go back
I'm a little scared of this letter.
It's on yellow legal paper.
Mm,
Did
It's
y'all
kinda-
get served?
it's kind of deep. All right. All right. So here we go. To Tangy Tea of Life. I need some help. Let me start from the beginning. When I was in elementary school, I heard that my father was cheating on my mother and I had a sister. I never met her or heard this from my father. I continued to hear about sister throughout growing up. Now that I'm in my 40s, married and with 3 daughters, it comes up again through my oldest daughter who posted a picture, excuse me, of my father with all of his grands and great grands. That's when, question mark, the sister comments saying that one was missing. My daughter called me and now I have a problem because I feel as if she should have came to me first, not my daughter. So I sent her a message asking her to call me since it seemed like she wanted to talk. She called me and we talked. Come to find out, my father has no connection with her. They do not talk, but at the same time, she says my brothers call her sister. I haven't talked to them yet, but I will. I want to talk to my father, but I don't want my mother, yes, they are still married. I don't want my mother to know about what is going on, which she probably already know about it. But like I said, it never was told to me by my mother or father. I truly don't want to bring any stress to my father because his illness, but at the same time, I need answers. If she is my sister, I would love for her to be in my life and I would love to be in hers. But 2, I have to think about my mother's feelings as well. Please help. There's a 13-year age difference between us. So this is a deep letter, and it hit close to home. And I don't want to get into my personal life, but there is a lot of us that have siblings that we didn't know about growing up. So there's a
Happens all the time.
yeah. And when I read the letter, I kind of teared up because it did hit close to home. And when finding out about my sibling, it just, I don't know, it's hard finding out later in life because you miss so many opportunities to grow up together. You know what I'm saying? And I feel sorry for this young lady because she's just finding out. She's in her 40s. A few years ago, I found out, and like I said, I don't want to get in, my personal life because I don't have a close relationship with my older sister. But like I said, a lot of people going through this, and sometimes we can't beat our parents up because back then in the day, it was so much going on. Like, we don't know what our parents went through. There's some parents that got raped by their own family members, some families that couldn't have, not supposed to get pregnant. They end up pregnant and having to, give their child away, or, it's all kind of different circumstances that took place back in the day. But like I said, when I read this letter, it really struck home. Vic,
So what is she asking?
what should she? How should she handle it? Like
She little guidance.
she need a little guidance, and
So I look at it as, do you? I don't get it, because she wants a relationship with her sisters, but she's trying to not hurt her mama's feelings.
no, she didn't. I mean, she said if that's her sister, she wants a relationship, but she still don't know for sure if this is her sister. She just been hearing that she have a sister
Right.
out there since she was in elementary school. She been hearing that, but she never heard it from her father. She never heard it from her mother. So
So I
Well, it sounds to me like she may need to think a little bit more about her feelings and what she wants and less of her parents, because they quite frankly kind of dropped the ball on caring about her feelings. Because if this is something that she's been hearing since elementary school, I know she, as a child, I was at school today. Somebody said I got a sister. I know she's had to brought it up, because children, they're gonna say what's on their mind, even if they don't know they're hurting the feelings or touching a sensitive subject. Just mention, I heard this at school or whatever. And so somewhere along the line, those parents have denied these accusations. So if that is her sister, I say she needs to move forward with what she wants to do, because at this point, for me, how they feel is kind of off the table.
well,
I'm I don't see what the big deal. I really don't. If this is your sister, at least you can meet her. If this person, at least meet her. Is it that important? So when you meet this person, it's almost like, even if she's not your sister, you can meet a very awesome person. If it's that important, you should get a DNA test. Like some people are saying, get a DNA test. But you don't necessarily have to put your parents in it, because if they kept it from you, then it's like.
but you do want to hear it from your parents. You do want the truth.
Because that's going to
You-
alter that relationship.
yeah.
But do they
you-
owe you? They don't owe you that though. And I think that's where we sometimes, as humans, we think people owe us an explanation, and they don't.
Well, I don't need an explanation. I mean, I just tell
I
me,
need
is
for you
that
not
my
to
sister?
lie.
Yeah, just tell me if that's
I need
if
for you
is
not
that
to
my
lie.
sister. You don't get in details,
I don't
but
need to
let me
what
know if
happened,
that's my
how.
sister. If that's my blood sister, I want to know. I want to connect. I want to, I want to know if I have nieces and nephews out there. I want to connect with my sister, but no, my mom, my dad, they don't have to, get into detail what happened, but it would be nice for
Right.
them to.
They don't even have to feel bad about what happened. They don't have to feel bad,
Yeah.
explain, give explanations of what happened and how, and we didn't mean to.
Right.
Only thing I would expect from a person, because I'm pretty sure as a parent, if they were to ask her something, they would expect her not to lie to them.
So I turned 40 in April, right?
Mhm.
My mama 70,000 years old.
Stupid.
My mama still tell
Hey,
me,
Mom.
my mama still tell me today, stay in a child's place. All right. So there's certain things that I can't ask my mama. There's certain things that I better not ask my mama. And I'm a 40-year-old man with 3 kids. So there are certain things that if I want to know, I have to do the legwork myself and leave my mother out of it. See, my daddy is 5 boys. And a lot of people don't even know I have 5 brothers. Four brothers. And my father never talked about that. You know what I'm saying? I met one of my brothers twice in my life. So, yes.
But you knew.
Well, my mother never brought it up. This was a conversation that people would say something. I was young. And, one guy, now my older 2 brothers, I knew about them. And Reggie. But my brother, Rodney, he never talked about him. He come around. My daddy I ain't gonna say he shooed him off or whatever, but that's pretty much what he did. So I knew not to talk to my father about that. I had to talk to other people about that. So it's almost like I have to respect my father's wishes and still keep our relationship together. Because if he kept it from me, then apparently he don't want to talk about it.
I guess the issue with her, it seems like she pretty much already knows somebody in the household, whether it's mom, dad, somebody's gonna be upset that she's even trying.
Yeah.
So, she don't necessarily got to involve them or be upset that they ain't told her or want them to confirm or deny, but they need to not be upset if she decides to have a relationship with that girl either.
You're right. I agree with you.
And for those of you who saying that the parents don't owe her,
they don't. And I understand. I understand. You know what?
We need to keep that same energy on both sides.
Exactly.
We can always say there's lots of stuff that the children don't owe the parents. I mean,
that's
that
true.
could be a tit for tat.
Yeah.
But that's true though. And see, that's one thing about the truth. The truth does not feel good. It never feels good. The truth is the damn truth. That's it. So with my children, all right, my kids has got they got 2 older brothers and sisters by their mother. And then, those ain't my children. But those kids, her older kids, have brothers and sisters. So I don't know if they know each other or not. That's up to them, you know what I'm saying, to make that happen. Now, I just feel like, sometimes when it's a little touchy, we kind of want to tread a little lightly when it comes to it. But I just feel like, when it comes to that, you got to back up and think about it for a second and say, what's right and what's wrong. And it's really hard to say exactly what is right
and what is wrong.
So.
And we got to look at that time period too.
Exactly.
Because her parents' generation, like that's coming from a time where, certain things, households just ain't spoke on. And even if it didn't matter if the whole town knew.
Right.
We still, we gonna act like
we ain't talk about it.
Talk about
and there was no condoms back then. So I'd have loved to live in that time frame. If we start the world over again, I want to be born in the 50s. Because there was no strapping or nothing. It was just, we out here. We outside.
Yeah. Cheryl says, but why not talk about it? The child is here.
Okay, so Cheryl, they didn't talk about it when the child first came there. They didn't talk about it the first 10 years this child was here. The first 20 years this child was here. So apparently, there is a reason why it's not being talked about. We don't know the reason why. Maybe the mother doesn't want to be reminded of it. Who knows?
Who knows how deep that gets?
Exactly. So why bring trauma into the home when you can do the homework yourself? Find out even if that is your sister, because it could be a lie.
But can you just can the parent just say yes or no?
But
can you owe your child that to say yes? That's your sister, or no?
Well, the parent didn't, the lady in the letter, your parent didn't volunteer that information. So I think a lot of times when we get older and we get grown, we tend to overstep that mother-child, father-child relationship. We really do overstep those boundaries sometimes because we forget that that's still the parent.
But they do it too.
You ain't got to tell me.
They do it too.
Right. You ain't got to tell me.
Right.
So I think she wants confirmation, but sometimes you got to do shit yourself. You can't call mama and say, "Mama, can you make my doctor's appointment?"
Without permission too. Yeah. And I think that's the place she's coming from. It sounds to me like she might be real close knit with her parents, And I think that's kind of where a lot of her frustration and hesitation is coming from.
But the brothers know.
And see, and that's the thing, especially if we're a close-knit family, like, come on, tell me yes or no. That's all. I don't want to get into details about what happened, how it happened, why you did what you did. Yes or no. So that I can build a relationship with my sister.
Well, the brothers, so I take it as if she's the only female out of this.
Like it.
Yeah.
So there's probably a reason why they ain't tell you. Because you know how y'all females get about your daddy. Y'all get real crazy about your daddy. So sharing your father with someone that you probably have never shared your father with before
Mhm.
is probably real touchy. Because I know if my mama had another child, I'd be damned if I'm gonna share my mama with somebody else.
You, Cheryl, that's exactly right. And that's why I can't understand why they keep saying these people. That's exactly why people are dating their cousins.
I was
and
gonna say that.
What's wrong with that?
Seriously.
What's wrong with that? If you wasn't at no funeral or no family reunion, we ain't related.
but
And I'm sorry, where we live, it's entirely too small. You can't be having
That's why you
your
got to think
kids-
outside the box.
You can't have your children out here with siblings that they don't know about.
That's why you got to think outside the box.
you need to talk about it. Let them know yes or no.
Yes or no.
Hello, Rebecca. Becky with the good hair. I know them ain't my cousins. Hello, Susan.
You don't know that.
Jennifer. Hit me up because I know we ain't. But see, I ain't having no kids now, so it really don't matter if you my cousin.
But the point is, though, it needs to be said. Like
But-
it needs to be known. Is that my sister or not? Point blank.
And if I'm flat out asking you,
Yeah.
because that's what it's now. There's a difference. Now there's a difference between you tiptoeing around something and not talking about it. But if I flat out come to you,
Yeah. Like, Dad, just be honest. Just be honest. I don't want to know what happened, how it happened, when it happened. Just let me know. Is that my sister? Do you know for sure that that's my sister? Then you get to know her. She got kids. Get to know her side of, her kids and her. Like Cheryl said, you don't want cousins dating cousins, and you end up finding out, oh shoot, we cousins because the family was keeping secrets. Come on, man.
So before we get, what does that solve? What at the end of the day, what will be accomplished?
I know who my siblings are.
Less incest.
Right.
Y'all plan on having any more children?
Maybe if the good Lord say so.
I mean, I personally don't.
I have a son. I don't want my son dating his cousins.
Right.
It's not about us. It's about the generations after us as well.
And not even just dating either. I mean, you got to realize, let's say all these kids in the same age group and they going to school together and stuff.
Yeah.
And your child could have had relationships with people that they can't create other places. I'm sorry, your friends at school will never be your first cousins, or what I'm saying, that your sisters and brothers. Those friends at school will never be that.
Right.
And so you go your whole life and you missed out on that. You can't recreate that. So that's where I feel the parents kind of gyp the children out of that, because you can't recreate it.
So it's got to start somewhere, because we all know there were family secrets.
Oh yeah.
Before us. And to be honest with you, there's family secrets in our generation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to always be family secrets. So it's never going to change. My suggestion is, ma'am, do it yourself. Leave your father out of it. Because apparently somebody know, if she said in the picture
that she's heard it before.
She said that you missing one. You say what, the daddy had the picture of all the grandchildren?
She said, and the woman, the actual woman who's supposed to be the sister, made that comment.
Yeah, because her daughter
posted a picture
of her dad and his grandkids and the great grands. So the sister came and commented and said, you left one out.
Okay, so apparently there's some Facebook friends or mutual friends for her to even see that picture.
She dropped a little T.
So that right there is enough. So she knows who this woman is. Reach out to that woman. Leave your daddy out of it.
She did. She said she reached out to her after she put that comment under her daughter's post.
And said for her to call her.
Yeah, so they ended up calling each other.
So they are. So
she still want to know. Like, just because you don't go by what somebody said. Anybody can come up to me and say, "Hey, I'm your sister."
All right. So let me tell you what to do, man. Take $328 and go on Court Street and get your mouth swab. Or you can even go to Walgreens
Do
or
that at home.
CVS or do the at-home test. It's that simple. The 328, I think it's a couple days. The Walgreens test is a couple weeks.
Okay, they swabbing my mouth. Are they swabbing hers? What I mean, what? I don't know how this works.
You swab the mouth, you send it off. It is what it is.
I mean, you swabbing my mouth. What results coming back?
Are y'all related?
So you get that from swabbing the mouth from
Yeah.
my mouth and not my dad. So my dad don't have to, or my mom don't have to.
Well, it could get real sticky because it could come back. Well, see, she got to get the daddy in the mix. 'Cause
Yeah, because
the
how?
dad is already a little questionable.
But
So-
those
Right.
two, but those DNA markers right
But
there.
just because their DNAs don't match, don't mean that she's not.
But they
not
have to.
there.
But they have to because the father's going to. They can tell how close
You
y'all
miss
are.
what I'm saying.
I get
you
what you.
assuming her daddy. But what if?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So we need to get daddy in here to swab. Because I mean,
so the
I
only
don't
way.
think that's
don't
gonna
look like
work
daddy
with
to
just
be
this.
trusted.
I don't think it's gonna work with just those two getting swabbed.
Right, because it's just going to, because they at the end of the day, they both have two sets of DNA, correct?
That's I get
Mom and dad. And she
get
has
what you're
mom and
going.
dad. And we assuming that we both got the same dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Rodney says it's really deep, but they can get a relationship test.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like she just said, you have to make sure that is your.
See, Kimberly,
Right.
I don't know.
Your
I
father.
never
you can
had
do
to.
siblings, but where it gets sticky with siblings, let's say I find out that I had a quote unquote sister floating around, and I said, well, I hit her up and let's do this test. But I'm assuming that I know for a fact that my daddy is my daddy already. You know what I'm saying? So no one truly knows that unless when I came here, my mama got a DNA test on me. I just know what I know, right? Majority of us walking around here don't know for a fact that our dad is our dad.
Oh, I know.
Unless you just spit an image of your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Unless
No,
you just
I got
spit an image.
paperwork.
Oh, you got your
I got paperwork. Them children like them boys sell them pit bulls with papers. My
Your
children got
babies came with papers.
my babies came with papers because I ain't believe shit. You ain't putting me on no damn. No, I ain't paying child support for nothing. I got paperwork. I paid that money. I tell you, I went to Court
Tell you
Street.
that happened.
What? I know. You ain't
So
gonna
I
have
think
me.
the best thing is to get the dad involved so it can be a sure match.
Let me go ahead and pull the test up on Amazon. I'm telling. It's no point of asking the pops.
Are those tests
They need to swab
99.9% accurate?
Hell no, nothing's.
They
No.
need to swab Pops, so Pops got to get involved. Because at this point, her household can't be trusted. We don't even know what the truth is anymore.
I mean, and I'm like I said, I'm definitely not going to just trust someone to come up and say, "I'm your sister" or "I'm your brother." Like,
Right.
let me hear it from Dad.
Okay.
And
Well,
even if you hear it from dad, I still think a test need to be done anyway because you just never know.
I wish my children would come to me and ask me some shit like that. I'm tell you right now, I'll be like, man, if you don't go around there and wash them damn dishes, don't worry about what I'm doing. I ain't got no outside children, but I'll tell you right now, I'd be like, nah. That's a touchy subject,
So if
man.
I'm your daughter and I came to you and I'm like, I heard
Damn,
that.
how old am I?
But I mean, your kids are young.
They are.
We're talking about a 40-year-old that grew up all her life
Yeah.
Without.
her,
Mhm.
knowing her sibling.
Yeah.
It's different when you're not in that situation. It's totally different. But like I said, this is hit really close to home. So I definitely will want my parent to, answer the question.
And just be honest.
Yeah, just be honest.
Yeah.
That's
But I don't
that's
know.
deep.
I think I'd be I don't know. Because I think if my parent were to be honest with me at 40 years old, I'm going to be mad all the time, the fact that you just lied all these years or hid it all these years. So I might just want to, I don't know.
There might be a reason why.
I might want it to kind of say.
There's always a reason.
I think that would be one of those things that kind of weigh on me. And I kind of straddle the fence on whether I want to know or not. Because the reality is, for a fact, if they've hidden it that long, me finding out and me dredging it up is about to shake some stuff. It's about to shake some stuff.
Oh, you moving furniture.
Yo, you shaking tables.
Oh,
You can't shake.
no,
Can you shake the
definitely-
pots?
I wasn't like
Rattle.
that. I definitely, I was cool. You know, I was, because I'm the type of person where I'm always thinking outside the box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like what? I'm thinking like something deep went down back in the day that I didn't
Right.
need to know about.
So it was
So
probably too much for
I didn't
your
hold
parents
my
to handle,
right.
let alone even involve you.
right. Why did you do that, Victor?
When you start thinking about outside the box,
But you know what? I say box, but I always say it. And people that really know me, I always say, okay, I'm always thinking outside the bun. I call it the bun. But tonight I said the box, you know, because this is a serious topic. But I'm always thinking
Right.
about another, you know, solution. Except
the
for when it
reality
comes to
is
cheating.
life
'cause,
ain't perfect and stuff happens.
Right. Where you looking? You
nothing,
smoking weed?
nothing.
You had
I'm good.
Damn, Craig.
I mean, what's going on over there? Cheryl says, I'm with Veronica. This is the time to put your pride or shame aside. Yeah.
So basically, we telling Daddy, put your pride to the side and
Mhm.
answer my question.
Yep.
So now, realize once you do that, that man is. I mean, see, and that's the thing, you know, with men. I'm never gonna relinquish or never want to ever feel like I'm not a man anymore. So when my child comes to me with
And checks you.
or tries, let's say tries and checks me, I'm going to react. There's going to be a reaction. And I think she wants to think that the outcome, her asking her father, is going to be, you know, this storybook, you know, thing where her father
I
says,
think she already know it's not gonna be that because she's been scared to ask him all these years.
okay, then. So ain't no point of asking him. Leave that man alone. Please leave that man alone. Go do the homework yourself. So if you do the DNA test and that come back as your sister, then present that to
When she do the work herself, her relationship's gonna be different with her parents.
it's already different.
True.
It's already different, but it's how different you allow it to be.
So, Jonathan, wow. Let us know how you felt about that. Jonathan says, my mom came to me when I was 35 and told me my dad was not my biological father.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I take it the dad knew.
Right. Rodney said, these days and times, too many medical issues. Everyone needs to know their family. Got to pull the emotion out of it. Exactly, Rodney. I'm 100% with you. on that.
Now, wait a minute. So we're all speaking from places where so who was the guy that said that when his mom,
Jonathan.
Mhm.
So Jonathan, I mean, I ain't trying to really get in your business, but he's speaking from experience. So that you or whoever, or this lady, you might want to talk to Jonathan and see how did his mom come up with him, because this is a real touchy subject. So
Mhm.
I know who my biological father is, and I understand that my biological father had other kids before me, and I know who my mother is. So I cannot accurately tell somebody, you know, how to handle this if I'm not
In it.
exactly. So I think, you know, somebody who's been through something like that would have to accurately give somebody some pointers or suggestions on how to handle it. But they also got to know, you know, that girl's father as well.
Bree says, so what is the move if your parents don't answer you?
Exactly. See,
If they don't answer,
She's gonna have to prepare herself for that to probably be a reality.
exactly.
yeah, I mean, if they don't,
if they hidden it this long, I don't think they're open to it.
And I love what
So-
Stevenson said.
I mean, if they
Love it.
don't answer you, then that's when you do the
what you
work.
got to do.
But at least you ask.
Yeah.
You know.
Tina says it can be done without the father, but you will need more than just her. So you have another sibling can do it as well. They can kind of rule out. But like Britt was saying, your father might. But we're gonna. Can we use that
Yeah,
as
we're
a
not going to
control?
assume that.
We're gonna say that the father is the father.
We're going to say the father.
The father is the father.
Yeah. Being a man is being responsible. He's not being responsible with the situation.
I agree.
I just think maybe he didn't think it was going to come to this. Maybe he thought that he could just brush it off. You know, it'd been
Right.
so long, 30
Why
to
now?
40 years.
But that's
yeah.
my question too. Why now? Why now? See, for me, my conversation with her probably wouldn't have been so pleasant because for me, I look at stuff from a logical standpoint because if you've been on this earth this long, why did you decide to comment? Because I know you've seen other pictures of my family, my dad with his grands and X, Y, and Z. Why did you decide now?
With his motorcycle. I know he had a motorcycle. He sounded like he had a motorcycle.
Why did you decide now to comment?
Yeah.
One's left out. So that would be my first question because for me that would raise a red flag that there may be some other motives.
Yeah, like some insurance money. Cause what? Pop's sick, ain't it? Somebody sick.
She said her dad has an illness.
Has an
That's why
illness.
she really don't want to
Right.
bring it to him like that.
So Sherry says, I've been in a similar situation. My father's deceased, but I have siblings who question if I was their sister. Even discussed the paternity test. I refuse to do that at my age. I know who my dad is, and I don't have to prove that to anyone. You damn right, Sherry. She right. And the lady might not want one. I mean, when it's all boiled down, nobody owes anybody anything.
Right.
And I think that's where
Well, if she don't want one, she need to chill out though.
But you don't want to know who your siblings are?
but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's all what you think is important or whatever.
Well, that's true. But I want to know who my people are. I love family. I'm big when it comes to family.
I'm not,
You know? So I
See,
want to
that's
know
why your
who.
point of view is very swayed. too,
Yeah.
because it doesn't,
Yeah.
because it's not going to solve anything.
Oh,
It's not going to solve anything. So if this is my father, or this is my brother, or whatever, do you realize when they pass away? Okay, now we're going
Also.
through
You got one
probate.
person you could possibly get a kidney from.
bruh,
But
you never know who you're
so
gonna
now
keep.
now we selfish.
You
So
never
now
know.
now we want to find out why we want to know.
You
Y'all
never
some
You never know who you need. I'm
organ
just-
hoarding.
You never know.
I'm
Y'all
just saying.
females always. You know what? I knew it was gonna come out. I was just trying to see who was gonna say it.
What's going on, Fatim?
Man,
Hey.
you know what, man? God,
Yeah, that's it.
You smell so
That's what you
What
got to
is he
do.
smelling like
so
over there?
fresh and so clean.
There you
not
go.
with that damn hat on.
That's right, baby. We in the house.
Cowboy.
Here's that.
So Fatim, we're talking a letter. Got a handwritten letter
Oh, that's nice.
delivered to the T.
Mm-hmm.
This young lady is in her 40s. She's just finding out that she may have a sister out there. She said that she was in elementary school and she'd been hearing that there's a possibility that she has a sister out there, but it never was brought to her from her dad. And her daughter posted something on Facebook with her dad, the grandkids, and the great grands. So the sister that's out there made a comment up under the post saying you leaving out one because she has a child. So that will be his grandchild as well. But the dad doesn't have a relationship with the one that's saying that she's his daughter. And she just want to know how should she go about it. She did contact the girl and they spoke, but she don't know for sure if this is her sister because the dad never said that he has an outside child out there.
So why don't they just do DNA? That's number one. And then number two, what I've said before on this show, and I'm consistent with this. Two wrongs don't make a right. I've said before, people have been in relationships and they have stepped out of their relationship, and some have had children. And I've said this before. When them children get older and they throw dirt on us, it don't matter. And yeah, people feelings do get hurt, and I'm not pushing that off, but children also get hurt. And when a child grows up and don't know his or her father, people don't know how that is dealt with. And maybe I had a different example of that. And I've had it in personal, and I've had it with friends where I thought, and this is interesting, because when one of my managers, softball managers, said to me, I said, well, your wife don't care about you bringing your other children around? He said something that I thought was selfish. He said, I don't give a damn what she say. Those are my children. If she don't like it, she can leave. And I thought that was harsh. I thought that was harsh. But I also commended him for keeping his children together and knowing one another. So at the end of the day, grown-ups have to deal with grown-up situations. If you step out on your wife, I'm just using the man right now, because if a woman steps out and gets pregnant, you know she's done pregnant.
Yeah.
And whatever, that happened to my father's first wife. But my mother would not allow him to bring his biological children in that house without bringing that other child in, because my mother said that's a child that don't know anything.
Right.
And I've said on this show before, years later, that stepchild preached my father's funeral.
Yeah.
So my whole stand on that was, if my wife, and it's tough, but if my wife don't want something, it ain't happening.
Even if it's your
It ain't happening.
Ooh, that was hard.
Understand what a marriage is. See, that's why a lot of people.
Oh, I know the wife comes first.
It's not really come first. It's we are one.
Right.
So realize that
You throw your own flesh and blood to the curb
Y'all need to get together as one and
over
figure it
somebody
out.
that's not your flesh and blood.
once again we won.
I got that.
So
And your child is
Th-
one
that's
too.
I guess that's why I've never been married, because I take that one shit very seriously.
Mhm.
So I already know who I'm marrying before I even get into it. So I already know there's a whole bunch of things in there. So if I betray our vows,
Correct.
I have to live with that for the rest of my life.
Correct.
So what's more important? Me staying with her or my child? So to me, once I made that commitment to her and I stepped outside of this, if you telling me my child can't come in the house, my child can't come in that crib. I made the mistake. So I have to live with that.
You're talking about your outside child, not
If-
your
if
biological
I
child.
don't have no outside children. But yes, if I had an outside child, if I was married to my children's mother, all right. So I got 3 with my children's mother.
Yeah.
If I had an outside, if me and Tina got married and I had a outside child, and she was like, "You can't bring that baby up in here. I
Yeah.
can't bring that baby up in there."
So where
can't.
does that wait. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
This
with
is
you.
this is when I use this, when me and Vic talking, we talking in
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
not me and you
Yeah,
like that.
I got you.
So at the end of the day, when do you stand up and say, I hear you, but I'm still gonna have a relationship with my child? Now she stoked and said, oh, the child ain't gonna come in this house. But when do you speak and say, well, I got that. This is our house. We won, but I'm still gonna have a relationship with that child.
Because that
She
child was
never-
not asked.
Well,
to
see,
be-
all right. So we're missing the point. The man messed up.
No, the man messed
But
up,
that's
but
kind
you
of
but
besides the point.
point.
But
Yeah.
that- no,
Because if
that-
we're speaking on,
but
'cause
that's
there's
the
vows
whole
in all parts
point.
of life. So
Yeah.
you're saying your vows that you made in your marriage would take precedence over your child, but there are also
Of course.
obligations to your child.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
right. All right. So when we
if we're taking it there, because I guess this is coming from a biblical
this is
standpoint,
a
right?
biblical standpoint. All right. I committed adultery. I committed one of those 10 commandments, bro.
Mhm.
So understand that my wife comes first. And it is so hard for people to realize, because yes, children are innocent, children are precious, children are gifts. But people don't realize the Bible is not to cater to our fucking feelings.
Yeah, but see, you can't sit here and say, well, I'm taking the Bible serious, and I should not step out because we won. But you just broke one. You just broke one
So one ain't one
commandment.
no more.
So since you broke one commandment, do you break another commandment and leave your
Right.
child
Well,
out
How
there?
do you put one
That- yeah, you
commandment above the
can't-
other?
you
What-
can't
what's
do
the
that.
what's the commandment on the child? I'm still waiting on that one. Yeah, there is none. There is none. So we could cut that there. So the thing is once a
It's
man,
not a commandment on the child, but we know who's supposed to be responsible for their children.
Right.
The parents.
We all know
so
that.
so what I'm saying is, if a man, because I'm gonna take myself outside of the situation, because a lot of our viewers don't know how to differentiate between the two. So once a man steps outside of his relationship, he's already broken that vow to his wife. All right. If she says, I don't want that child in the house, she never said that she did not have he couldn't have a relationship. She's just saying the child can't come here. So if I really vow my marriage, I would honestly say, you're right. I can't. Now, whatever I need to do to support this child, I will do it. Will we have a relationship? I would hope so. But if my wife's saying you can't come in here, you can't come up in here. I would hate that, but you can't come up in here.
So say you get married and you didn't have a child outside of your marriage, but you had that child before you got with your wife. You all get married. Now your child want to come over and spend time with you, but she say no.
See, that's impossible. You know why? Because you already know who you marrying. If you wasn't pulling
But
that,
let's just say she don't want you to have that
It's the same
relationship.
concept.
Yeah.
You won.
Let's just say, right.
You are one.
She don't-
What are you and your one gonna say?
She
When
don't
she
want you.
says, I don't want that other child
see
in
now
her
we see, and we what if in again.
But you have some women that's jealous
Oh, yeah.
of kids and don't want that dad or, to have a
You
their
know
child-
that's the thing. Know who you marry, and I think that's where a lot of times we don't do the due diligent research on knowing who we marry. Yeah, we sleeping together in the bed, got wet spots and all that. But how are you really? But let's just be real. How well do I know
really
you?
know you.
I don't know you. I see all the little how you look at my daughter. Or I ask you can you take my daughter here? You take my son here. Well, I got something to do. Hey, can you pick my child up from school? Well, I got something to do. Okay.
Always an excuse.
We love to bypass that. Oh, well, man, she was busy. No,
I think we figure when we get to a certain peak that stuff that was always there is supposed to change.
it ain't gonna change.
And
People
it's
don't
not.
change,
People
man.
don't change.
People don't change.
Can't
So-
re-raise folks.
But this is the good thing about life. We'll make a mistake and then try to justify a mistake.
I was just
But
trying
you're
to-
saying that you wouldn't even get involved with somebody.
That didn't accept my children. Let me tell you something.
But
I would.
that's your child that you had that child that was born outside of that marriage. That's your child. But you're saying you're gonna have a relationship with your children.
But you confuse me because first of all, this will never happen. So I'm
But I'm saying-
trying to confuse. I'm trying to get what you're saying. I'm trying to
not
follow.
you,
Okay.
but you know what I'm saying. You use you as an example.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
You just said that you're not going to get with someone that don't accept your children, right?
Now, yes, me now.
But that's still going to be your child. If you have an outside child, that's still going to be your child.
But
But
I
it's
just said that I would if my wife said I cannot bring them in the house. She didn't say I
But
wouldn't have a
you'll
relationship.
with them.
Yes.
You just wouldn't bring them to the
Yeah,
house
I couldn't
because
bring
That's gonna be pretty. That's kind of it's unrealistic to think that you're gonna have that though. Your home is your home.
I mean,
Home is
I give Victor, again, he's not walking in that way. So this is hypothetical,
Right.
but for him to bend and say, well, I would have a relationship with my child. That's good
It's a
enough for me.
compromise.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean,
Because if you tell me you're not going to have a dad, then I got an issue, even though it's his life. But he said, If she says not to come in the house because it's my mistake, then I have to respect my wife and don't bring that child in this house. But I still will have a relationship with that child. Okay, I can deal with that.
What's not the
I can deal.
same?
It's not the same, but I can deal with that because he's not throwing with a child. Now, this situation is different. This father didn't look like he didn't have no relationship with this child. And honestly, really don't know. Or the sister don't know. So if it's easily one of my
Bree, while
producers
we
just found-
talking, explain yourself, Bree. What you mean? Go ahead, Patina.
Yeah, one of my producers just found out maybe about a month ago that he had a grown daughter through Ancestry.com.
Oh wow.
So what he had to do is he had to deal with the DNA. Came back 99.9%. Then he told his wife. Then him and his wife went to meet that grown daughter. And now they have a relationship. You understand? Even though it probably happened before,
Right.
the
But it could
wife,
have went a different way because
it could have went
the
a different way.
Could have been. She could have been unsupportive of what he was trying to do.
Right.
I don't want that.
Right. But this situation, real quick, if the sometimes siblings, when they know that there's an outside child and that child has grown up, all that is kind of gone, and they want to know, you know what, this person is claiming, let's just go ahead and do this DNA. If this is my sister, we just have to embrace her if they choose to. They don't have to.
Right.
But the first thing is let's find out if this
If it's
person,
true.
yeah, because that's lineage. It don't matter what you say or not. If that is your genetics, that's your genetics. And I'm telling you, when you get older and you find out that you missed all them years of your child and deprived them, it's hurtful. It's sinful. That's what I feel. But at the end of the day, I'm not judging anyone. I can't judge.
So I think there's a lot of people that's
I didn't ring the bell, y'all. I just accidentally hit it.
there's a lot of people that's getting kind of in their feelings, and I get it. I really want to read Sherry's
Because a lot of people are going
They
through
don't.
this.
well, that's not. They were getting in their feelings about what I was saying, and I want to read Sherry's comment in just a second. But what I am saying is, and I want everybody to understand what I'm saying. If I had a outside child and I was married, and my wife told me to not bring the child in the home, I would not bring the child in the home. It stops there. I never said that I would not have a relationship with the child. I never said I would not financially take care of the child. I never said that my children would not even know who their siblings is. I never said that. But the great thing about being vague is that you see how people can run with shit. And y'all just ran with a whole bunch of shit that I never said. So I really see how y'all really feel. But what Sherry said is I understand why my siblings question it, because it was said that he told them that I wasn't his. But when he wasn't known, but what wasn't known was that he took care of me since birth. Exactly. His siblings knew of me and still see me as their niece. He obviously lied to them to keep the peace. And even though separated when I was conceived, he was still legally married to their mom. And that is exactly what I'm saying. I get it, because
That's tough.
but see, this is the thing. To me, even though we want to assume that a child was hurt, and I don't know that whole situation, but to me, that man did exactly what he was supposed to do, to keep his home and to take care of his child. And we all want to have that storybook.
It don't always happen.
It don't always happen that way.
You don't.
You know, if it was a storybook, I'd have married my children's mother, and it just didn't happen that way.
It's up to the individual. You can't sit there and when you step out on someone, it's up to them to forgive you and accept. I've seen some folks have forgiven and accepted the child, and a lot of people applaud that and say that's big of you to do it. Some women say that's good of you. I'm not doing that. So
I've seen people who never let it go.
yeah. And
When I say never,
I've
I mean
seen-
never.
I've
Yeah,
seen
you're
worse.
right.
I've seen
Like,
worse.
These
Yeah.
children are grown with
Yeah.
children.
I've seen worse.
And they
without
never-
a child. So, at the end of the day, You know, so it comes down to what's your morals and how do you feel about it? You know, some people live by that book. Some people live by, look, you betrayed me, and I can't. Every time I look at you and I look at that child, I just think of that other woman, and I can't get by that. If that's the case, then you're going to be miserable the rest of your life. Then you have to break up that marriage, and you break up that marriage. But you know, the father has to be a father. The father should be a father to all his children. Anytime you go out there and lay up with a woman and make a child, you know, and Victor talks about this again, you know, you should know what you're doing.
Accept. If me and this person having sex together, the first time we have sex, I need to accept everything. I accept your sexual past, and I accept your cleanliness of your body, and we may or may not have children together. And I think a lot of people go into sexual situations not thinking that deep into it.
And I'm one. And I'm one.
And you should.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. Back in my 20s, I have to say that in my 20s, after my first marriage, I did not think like that. I didn't just label. Yeah,
but I'm saying like now, you should know. You should know better now.
But I mean,
you should look at.
I don't think that everybody you lay with that you think that you may want to marry them. You, like Victor says, you got to realize that if they get pregnant, and I look, I don't give a damn how old you are. It doesn't matter your age. It comes down to what you want. And sometimes you want to scratch that itch and you don't want no responsibility. We're not going to sit here and say, you know, everybody you lay down, you got the potential marry them. No, that ain't true.
That ain't true.
Hell no.
I didn't say married. No, I never said married. All I said was
they created Plan B for a reason.
All I'm saying was
they created Plan B. I didn't create Plan B. They created Plan B. But if I did create it, I'd be rich.
You would.
I would be.
I'm just saying.
I know you just saying.
And Bree, yes, we get that now that Victor broke it down.
But see, she knows. Like, she knows.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, I was trying to make a point.
Right.
If you know what I'm saying, like, if it was to happen this way, before you got married, what would you do?
But you would know.
So it's not like, you know, we was trying to beat up on you or whatever. It's just I wanted to know.
As usual. Go ahead.
Now, I think a woman should know if, you know, conversation is conversation. And so you should know something about the individual. You know, I'm going to be a responsible individual. I'm going to take care. I only have 2 daughters.
Right.
I have 2 daughters. But if I did have an outside child, or if I create a child now, which I don't want to do that, but if I did, I've always been a responsible person, saying from day one, I'm going to take care of my children. That's all to it. It's nothing to compromise. There's nothing to do in between that. I'm going to take care of my children. That's all to it.
Would you let that?
You just hit me in my heart. You said I might have another child. Damn.
I said
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
But you know what? Let's think about birthdays and holidays and cookouts, and y'all not going to let that outside child come because y'all.
Not y'all. Not y'all.
You ain't saying y'all. That's one person stopping all that. That's the woman.
Your wife is stopping.
No. That ain't my wife.
Going back to what you said. Your wife don't want the child at the house.
We're hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, not you. Everybody know you're not married. Yeah. But I'm saying you're gonna stop that child from coming to family events and stuff.
So let me tell you how you play this. All right. You can't bring this child in my house. Okay. We'll have it at the skating rink. This ain't your crib.
But see, that right there wouldn't work too well for me.
But I need for you to file for divorce.
I'm a little too grown, and I got 2 daughters if I want to play games. But I ain't gonna be doing.
But I need for you to file for
we got a good house payment. We having it here.
But I need for you.
But see, you gonna let the child in, right?
Yeah.
But see,
you gonna have to be a little upset with me for a little while.
But see, what I'm saying is,
let me get me a.
I want to go down this road here.
Okay.
I want to go down. And we're gonna stay within the confines of the wife. Say no, nobody can't come to the crib.
Right.
So, guess what? We don't have the parties at the crib. Mm-hmm. All right. We going to Disney World. We ain't at the house.
But see,
I need her to break up with me.
Right.
I've already broken the vows.
I can see the woman saying, "You want to have the child's birthday party here." but the mother ain't coming. Now I can see
No,
that.
no. You're not getting what I'm saying.
I got
If my child, if the, I don't want to say if the kids I have with woman A, if they having a birthday party, child C is coming, but we just not gonna have a party at your crib. See, there has to be an understanding there that yes, I'm gonna be a part of my child's life, but the confines of everything is you say the child can't come here, and that's cool.
So what Victor's saying is basically he's giving his wife that respect, even though you didn't give her the respect when you stepped out.
Yeah.
But since you got caught and whatever, so at the end of the day, you know what? I still gotta pay respect to her,
Yeah.
respect her word there.
Because you know
So-
she in her feelings.
Right.
Oh yeah, she in her feelings, but I
Here's the
get
thing.
it. But like I said, I still want to respect, the boundaries that she set now. But you got to also, people know who I am and they know how I feel about my children. But if I did break that vow, and I don't want no children at over 40, but if I did have one, if I was married and it was outside, there's a whole lot of shit going on, then it would be a whole lot of maneuvering that I would have to do.
What happened if your children from your wife, you stepped out, you got an outside child, right? What happened if your children continues to nag your wife? I want my brother and sister to come.
Then that's on them. That's on
Right. There you go.
That's
So,
on them.
because she comes to you and say, "Well, I need you to talk to Jesse, Joe, and so because they keep
At this
nagging
point,
me
she
about
outnumbered.
they want my little brother to come here." Will you talk to them, or would you say, "Look, that's on them"?
I mean, that's the thing. You tell her you talk to him, you're like,
Maybe ain't that bad.
Oh,
So-
so Stevens.
go ahead. See, I don't want to say too much, but I kind of understand this situation. So Sherry says, to make a long story more interesting, she said she was told that she was named after her dad's grandmother, found out maybe 2 years ago that I was giving his wife's middle.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
And that's true.
Whoa.
That is fucking true.
Whoa.
That is true. That is true. So
Family
Go ahead.
secrets.
if you, that ain't no family secret, that's just being petty. But
That's
go ahead.
petty. Yeah, that's real petty.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah,
I
you
that.
missed
He
that
gave
one.
the daughter, the outside secret daughter, his wife's middle name.
Ooh,
And that's
Oh.
that's
fact.
that's a dagger.
That's a damn fact.
That's a dagger. Voodoo.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah.
Let's see some of these
Wow.
comments here.
Stevenson says, why have a relationship with your child, but he or she can't come to you and your wife's house just because she said no? That's BS.
It's her house.
Yes.
It's her
It ain't
house.
yours?
Okay.
All right then.
Okay. So let's say this. So for man, if you married
Right.
and your husband say, the guy's coming over here for card night, all right, can they come over?
We talking about blood.
Listen, what?
I
No.
see where you're going. I see where you're going.
Exactly.
Even down to that though, there's parameters, to everything, because we all grown.
We are.
Yeah,
So
we're
I
talking
don't
about a
think-
child though. I mean, I get your friends coming over and your wife like, no, not tonight. That's kind
And
of
even with that, you ain't gonna have too many not tonights, are you?
See, I gotta respect what Victor's saying, but see, I'm different because we hypothetically speaking, not my personal situation, but hypothetically speaking, I'm not gonna tolerate that. So I stepped out.
You're not gonna tolerate what?
I'm not gonna tolerate. She tell me I can't bring my child here because when that child is 6 months or 3 months, and I want to bring that child, I'm not going to her house. I'm not going to a hotel. I'm not going to the park. I'm bringing that child to my house. Like Victor said, if you can't get over it, then divorce me, and that's it. But that child, I'm not going to start bouncing around like this. I made a mistake.
Right.
Let's deal with this as an adult.
But that's
you
not
know
what
I'm gonna be
Victor's
in my
saying.
child's life, and you're not gonna tell me I can't bring this
that's
child
not
to
what
my
Victor's
house.
saying though. You just said you agree with.
No. He said that if my wife says not to bring that child, he's not going to do it. I said if my wife said that I can't bring it, I'm not tolerating.
Yeah, but
that.
you say you respect what Victor is
I
saying.
respect him because I respect
But you don't
his
agree.
views. No, I don't agree.
But
But
you
I have to respect
what
his
he's
views because
saying.
that's him.
So,
But I disagree with it for me because I'm not going to tolerate that because that's
Yeah.
my blood. And I don't give a damn if we won. That's my child. And if I'm going to be in that child's life, I'm going to be in that child's life from the beginning. It ain't going to start at 8 and 10. And no, it's going to start at when they're born. Because if I'm at the hospital and that child is born,
and you're going to the hospital?
damn right I'm
And you
going to the
didn't nut in
hospital.
somebody
That's my child.
outside of your wife?
That's my child.
So you being a child care professional, you know there's some damn devilish ass people out here
Yeah.
that do shit to kids. I would never, ever put my child in a situation where I felt like my wife may do something stupid. I have to crack her upside her damn head.
Well, see, it sounds like you might not even need to be with that person any longer.
Exactly.
Because,
And you
and
need
this
to
is,
go ahead, because I don't care what people make mistakes all the time.
Right.
but what
And
I'm
we
saying,
can't put one mistake above another.
and what I'm saying is, if this woman is telling me that I cannot bring this child into the home, then that's what I need to do.
No, your response should have been, well, I guess I need a new home.
And not all women are spiteful like that. I know
guess I
someone
need a
personally
home.
where her husband stepped out, had a child.
Right.
She accepted that child like it's hers. Everybody is not the same.
We know
Everybody,
this. We
no, I'm just saying, not everybody is devilish. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
I
Some
understand if
people
you
are
need a
going to
minute.
allow.
I know you might not be able to hold the baby fresh from the hospital.
Right.
You know, you might need a minute. It's unrealistic to think that somebody
mean, who
wouldn't need
wants-
a minute.
Right.
You might need a minute. You might have to process and get yourself together and get your head right. But how long do you really think? 'Cause, okay, let's say your wife passes away. What, you gonna call your 24-year-old daughter up and like, okay, she gone now. Let's talk.
Well, see, y'all
Well,
keep
how-
missing the point that I would always
Well,
have in
I
No,
mean,
me.
but I'm
I'm just
saying,
saying.
you gonna say you can come to the house now. She died.
Yeah, you can come to the crib now.
I'm just saying, not everybody is mean like that.
And if I was the daughter, I'd burn that something be down. That's what I would do. You better
You're
have
right.
some-
You're
you
right.
better have some fire insurance because
You're
you
right.
tell me 24, I can come to the house. I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna spill like this
Passed
candle.
away, you can come over.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that takes a lot. Like,
We-
you got to be a strong woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
To it.
yeah, we're saying this without emotions attached to it because we don't feel good if it's done to us. Of course, it's different. Woman is carrying the baby and whatever,
Oh, you got to get out.
you know. But
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
You'll be like Joseph and Mary in that damn cold night looking for a place to stay.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you
you
gotta
know
get- you
what?
gotta
We
get-
could reverse that.
Then
Okay.
reverse it.
We
Then
could
reverse
we
it.
could reverse
If you and
it.
your
The woman
feelings, I
stepped
can go
out.
to the guest room.
The woman stepped out. She's pregnant. Are you going to stay there? You just said you leaving.
No, he said she leaving.
see, that's what he said. She leaves.
Or you going to kick her out?
That's what he said.
She got to go.
There's a guest room up the hall.
I don't give a damn.
Why she gotta go? Why she gotta go?
Because she stepped out.
But she
She
So-
stepped out.
So if you step out
So the
and it's
baby-
your house, but you still
so
gonna
the
leave,
baby
you gotta
can't
go.
come in the house.
You gotta go.
Whoever, if once you step out, you out. See, and that's the thing. I think we get caught up in, okay, now there's a child. Back up until when you cheated. That's the initial problem. Once
Vic
you,
said F them kids.
I'm just, it's not really, it's not that. Once you break your vows, you don't give a damn about that person feelings or anything.
it does change.
I don't care about you no more. Once you, even if you get in a relationship with somebody, the minute you cheat, I said, fuck your health,
Mm.
your feelings, how you view me. I don't care shit about you no more.
So wait a minute, Vic. So okay, so you're gonna say, Fatine, you're being petty with this, but I want folks to follow me on this because I don't, I hear this a lot of times. If you know the old saying, the first that has not sinned, throw cast the first stone. Meaning that a lot of us, we live in a sinful world. That's why Jesus died for us that believes that religion that way. So my question is, you stepped out, you broke our vows. Okay, you broke our vows, but are we living a sinless life to the point that that's the only sin you've done? Or we're elevating this, that because I stepped out on my wife,
Right.
or she stepped out on me, that all of a sudden now fire and brimstone got to come. See, that's
How do we
another
decide
thing.
what sin is
Well,
the
damn
is the
right.
sin?
How the hell
Okay.
are we gonna start elevating like we walking on water, and then all of a sudden this is one sin that we've done, but
Right,
we've done
right.
we've been disrespectful.
I've
We
been financially irresponsible our entire
exactly,
marriage,
and then all of a sudden somebody
above.
and then all of a sudden now this is a big no.
Okay, we're not talking about sins. I'm talking about vows. Sinning has nothing to do with vows.
Well,
If you
Wait a minute. Sinning has, so if my wife,
thou
goes
shalt
out-
not-
we're talking about vows. Vows and sins are two different things. Vows is, do you promise to take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and hold, to sickness and to health?
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
That is a sin.
Yeah.
That is not a
So,
vow.
But
so
if you
nothing
breaking
in your
your
vows,
vows,
say-
it's-
there's nothing
No,
in your
no,
vows say
it
that you
is.
can't, that you got to have kids with
Right.
her or kids outside. And nothing in your vows that say that. Tell me where in your vows
It's
it says
not
that
in
you
there.
got to have kids with this woman and that's it. Tell me where it says that in your vows. See, that's what I'm saying. We mix
Thou
in when
shalt
we
not
want to
commit
mix.
adultery.
That's a
and that's the
commandment.
thing. And if it wasn't part of the vows, you wouldn't have the right to sue me for it when I do it, right?
First of all, I don't cheat. So let's
Remember, vows are
Okay.
under state law. That's a state law.
Okay,
That's a
Rick.
law under a state.
I've said this so many
For better or
times. That's
worse.
why I don't get when it comes to
But that's adultery, and adultery is a vow and a sin.
It's both.
They're both. They're
It's
both.
both.
They're both. Because you can,
y'all
can-
realize y'all three are arguing with each other, right? About something that I did not say.
No one's arguing.
No,
No,
you
you
just
just
no,
said.
it wasn't a vow.
There-
Part of the vow.
A sin is not a vow. A vow is a commitment to someone. A vow is a promise.
that
But if you
sin
broke that-
breaks the commitment, right?
So this is what I'm saying. I've always been so harsh on people who cheat because that's not what I do. That's not what I do. So when somebody cheats, I have zero regards for your feelings. So that's why when I said when it comes to a vow,
Right, Stephen.
once I break a vow, it's not all right, sickness and in health. So if you my wife and you get sick and I leave your ass at the hospital, I broke a vow, but that's not committing a sin.
No, but cheating is.
Okay, well,
Thou
then
shalt
you
not-
said,
We're
is it
I
going to
did-
be that
that's-
same energy when she leaves you at the house sick?
it,
as
it,
would be if
it
you
could be,
stepped out?
but let's stay right here about the sickness. We have shit to do with cheating. For sickness and in health, if I leave you on your sick, dying deathbed,
Yeah.
I broke my promise and my vow to you. That is not a sin.
Okay, that's not. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying by breaking a vow.
But you when you stepped out, you committed.
What? Why are we
What
still going
are we
back?
talking about? Stepping out and having a child? Did I miss something?
because of you broke
I
a
miss
vow and you committed adultery,
That's,
which is a
that
sin.
one is a domino effect.
Yes, it's two. It's two and one.
I was
Two
just
and
telling y'all that you can break a vow without breaking a sin.
Yeah,
That
you
was my
can,
whole.
you can, and but
That's what- that
then
was
there's
my
a
whole
certain
point.
time
But
you can.
I was on the fact of we was talking about outside children, so that's why I was on the committing adultery part.
But
Where you said sickness and
I would.
See all this stuff here?
I wouldn't do
But
that.
I see
You
the
step
point that
out, you take
making.
responsibility for
Right.
your child,
Right.
and that's all to it. That's it. Take responsibility for your child, and that's all to it. And if it breaks up your marriage, then I hate to say it and throw it away like that, but you got to take care of your children. You should take care of your children. You ain't got to do
Period.
nothing.
yeah.
Cheryl says I can feel Vic when he talks about cheating. I don't cheat, so when someone does it to me, that's the straw.
It is. I mean, it's what it's what it is. So understand that once we in a relationship, cheating is not the worst thing you can do. Well, cheating is the worst thing you can do in a relationship to some people, and sometimes not. To me, if you fucking put your hands on me,
But you allow the cheating.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just said cheating is
just
not the
hope-
worst. I didn't say I'd allowed it. Just because something is the worst,
Yeah,
there's
but
a
I'm
lot of
saying-
shit I don't allow.
But you will leave first if she puts her hand on you, not because she cheated. You just
I would leave if she cheated too. But the worst
So you
means
leaving regardless. You ain't forgiving nothing. You
no.
leaving.
There's certain things that men. I ain't gonna say men. There's certain things I'm just not gonna put up with. I'm not gonna put up with you disrespecting me in front of my children. I'm out. That's a one and done with me. If you cheat on me, you one and done. That you one and done.
That's not if you're married. I mean, if you're married,
I
what you
don't
gonna
give
do?
a damn. If you cheat on me, I'm out.
If your wife talk,
Bad in front of
your
me, in front of
children,
my children,
you're out.
I'm one and gone. I'm
So
one and done.
so long as Victor lays the law, if he lays down what he expects and he lives by it, then fine. Long as he's not a hypocrite, he's fine because that's what he
Cannot be no
expects.
hypocrite.
And he expects that. from his wife, and she expects that from him because that's what he says, that's what she expects, and they live their life like that, and that's fine. Nobody's perfect. He's gonna be living in a glass house. There ain't gonna be no stones thrown because they all living perfect.
Right.
So trust me,
Because
so ain't no
you
glass gonna
giving
be
me
broken.
vibes
That's
like
glass
somebody's
house.
gonna have to walk on eggshells.
Why you feel that way? So do you beat men?
No,
Do you cheat?
no,
Do you talk crazy in front of his kids in front of him?
I've never dated anybody with children.
Oh, well
around
then
me.
I mean shit.
I
I
take children seriously.
Mhm.
I don't go around people.
So then I mean so do you, with those
I've
three
never
rules?
had. Well,
With those three rules, do you feel like you're walking on eggshells? All you got to
I
do is
feel
not cheat.
like-
But there's more.
there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
I just told y'all what my three non-negotiables was.
I got it.
There's nothing else.
But
And-
what
and
if
you got-
what if I don't know that a way that I'm going to speak to you right now is going to hurt your feelings
Right.
in front of the kids, and it does. So we're gonna have a sit down and we're gonna talk.
Are you just gonna
you
up
just
and
gonna
leave?
Because you said this before. She comes to you, she's your wife now, and she's like, Victor, I told you about them damn Tims, them damn work shoes downstairs. And
What's
you
wrong with-
said,
what's wrong with that?
wait, hold on.
We talking about me now.
Yep,
There's
talking
nothing
about
wrong
you.
with that.
Right, but you already said there's a method to your madness, and there's a reason why you have your work shoes downstairs. I'm using something that you used in the past just
Yeah.
to prove a point.
But there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with what I'm saying by disrespectful
okay.
is, you know, you to me, everybody's level of disrespect is different. I can't tell you what disrespect is, but we all know
And
when
she
somebody's
coming cursing at you in front of your children.
I mean,
Undermining.
and some of that, I curse. So cursing is really not
okay.
a really big thing.
So what's disrespect?
I don't know. It would have to be something. I mean, because I curse.
But how does she know what that is?
Right.
If we're together, she'd know. I mean, that's,
How would she know it?
You
You can't
assume
even
that.
tell her now. How would she
anybody
know?
who's ever been with me, they know. They know.
Okay.
I mean, we've never dated. We've never dated.
Unwritten rules.
We've never dated.
But we be around you a lot. Well,
I mean, people,
So,
you know, there's certain things that me and
ain't
you,
gonna
we're
talk.
just not gonna talk about.
Yeah.
There's certain things we'll talk about, and I don't know you, so there's a lot of things that we're not gonna
Right.
talk about. So you already know how you move with somebody. People know how to push each other's buttons. You know what I'm saying?
And the people closest to you know how to do it.
Exactly. So why would I bring up? So if we having pillow talk and we did something kind of risque, and then you know me and my child out here, and you was like, well, that's why you pissed in your clothes 6 nights ago or some shit like that. Then it's like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. I'll be like,
I
oh,
got
you,
read about like that.
oh, I washed your drawers and you had a shit stain in them, and my child's standing right there. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker.
But you ain't gonna leave
trying
over
to
that.
embarrass me.
I know you use it. You gonna leave over that?
But
See,
why?
that's the eggshells.
But
That's the
the
eggshells.
thing is, but this is the thing. You could tell me that. Just don't tell me that in front of my children. There's a time
feel
and a
you.
place.
I feel
Just
you.
like what Kevin Hart said, his wife, somebody, yeah, yo, piss in the bed, ass, boy, and you did it in front of my friends. It's like you can tell me that, but see, a lot of times you can talk to somebody about something, and it depends on who's there, how they take it,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. So understand that there are certain conversations that you can have with people that we could be sitting in the car and be like, you know what, Vic, I'm tired of you shitting in your clothes. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, well, I'm gonna do better. But if my children in the back seat and you say, Vic, I'm tired of you shitting in your clothes, I might push your ass out that motherfucking car. That's all I'm saying.
You invite
Respect me.
you invite your boss over to the table.
Yeah, you
She
just
done got a couple of
everybody know I
drinks,
got shitty
and
drawers.
she was
And I'm
like, I
doing
don't
the
have to
talking.
wash his shitty drawers, and you be like, okay, I got you. I know what you're saying.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where the disrespect comes in at. Something like that.
Stevenson said, well, your grown ass should never pissed in your tantrum.
And the thing about it is sometimes you can't give examples because people swear up and down. That's what you do.
Stevenson got a
Yeah.
I don't
Now
think
you-
he know you
Stevenson, I'll
don't do
be buying
that.
I mean,
him
I
some
could.
depends
I
for
mean,
Christmas.
saying.
I don't know. I can have rubber sheets. You never know. I mean, he never know, but it is what it is. But I could.
But I'm looking at you, and you're looking at it from a more, I guess, I don't want to say it's not a realist, it's Vic's point of view, but in a world where we're not perfect,
Right.
there's give and take, and sometimes we do things that honestly do offend our loved one, and sometimes we genuinely are sorry about it. Sometimes we
Right.
don't even see it that way, or sometimes our emotion gets the best of us, and then we sincere and say, you
Right.
know what, I messed up. Yo,
It's when you repetitively embarrass me when there's a
exactly.
problem.
Then there's a problem.
That's when there's a
But
problem.
see, that one and
Now
done,
now
I
this
got a
isn't an
problem with.
accident.
That, yeah, I
It's
hear
an
what
accident.
Victor's saying, but that one and done, you know. And again, I'm not trying to hold him to that because again, I can't tell a man
have
that
somebody
somebody
cheated
cheated on Vic, and Vic said, "Look, I don't
I
tolerate
know.
that. He don't tolerate that."
Wait a
And I
minute.
can't-
How hard is it not to cheat? How hard is it not to
You
cheat?
not
people need to
hard.
give your women a manual.
Wait a minute. How hard is it? Don't cheat on me.
With the context laid out with the chapter.
Don't
Yeah,
hit-
but
And
some-
Brittany
yeah, but
just
see-
meeting
but see,
you.
you say all this not cheat on you. We done had conversations
And
on
now-
this show.
now we
What
gotta
is
define
cheating?
what is cheating.
Oh, if I go to lunch with this person, that's cheating. If I flirt with this one, that's cheating.
So-
Well, see, I'm saying.
So let me ask you something. A crime hasn't been committed until you've been convicted, or
Right.
until you are. So if you cheat, you know, I mean, it's not cheating until I find out. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole. I mean, we can go down this rabbit hole. All I'm saying is, if you respect me, I'm gonna respect you.
True.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But when we start getting outside of that, I got to go. I'm out.
I got you. And you know why I respect that? The reason why I say, Veronica, why I respect what Victor says, because if he says I'm out, then if he's out and he's told the person that, at least they know that he's not BSing and he's out. That's amazing that you're out on. Well, again, if
Because
it's
men don't
cheating,
really
then you
know
can
how to
get,
be out.
you can be. Now, I'm going to see how you get a
Yeah.
divorce on disrespect, because you go to. I'm trying to find out what can you sue your wife over because she said in front of your kids, "I'm tired of watching your shitty drawers."
You know
I
what?
don't know what grounds that is.
Unreconcilable differences.
Oh, just because you're not saying
Unreconcilable differences.
You,
Well, you
you
can
ain't
get
even
me-
try to reconcile.
You can get me for
You wouldn't have
abandonment.
done, remember?
Yeah,
You
what-
can get me from abandonment because I'm not. How the hell I'm gonna come back and my daughter looking at me like this, like, huh, motherfucker, you shitting your clothes. Come on, man. Keep. I mean, to me, when they said image is everything, though.
Mhm.
To me, image is everything. So
I
my
agree
wife,
with that.
huh?
I agree with that.
Image is everything.
Wholeheartedly.
So how do your kids look at you when they find out they got a brother and sister out there and they say, "Daddy, you ain't a
I
man.
agree with
You
that
ain't a
too.
real man.
I
You
agree
ain't
with
a
that
real
too.
daddy. You ain't a real man. You got a kid. You only let so and so in our house. Why can't I see my brother in here? You ain't
You know
no
why?
real man.
You know
in there.
why?
That's
Because-
image.
Well,
That's when you got to throw it back
but-
at the wife.
But see, that's the thing, though. So it depends on what image do you want to have. So my kids is. There's been times that my kids probably thought I was the worst motherfucker in the world, and there's times that my kids thought that I was the best person in the world. But I have a set of rules that I set forth. So however my kids see me, you're going to see me inside these boundaries.
Okay.
So however they look at me is how they look at me, bro. But I'm sorry. But
But I agree with that to a certain extent because one thing I'm a firm believer that adults supposed to remain a united front in front of children.
it got to.
And I don't care what we got going on. I mean, I could have literally just got finished ripping, like cussing you slam out when
Mhm.
and the children came home early, walked in the door. I'm just
They
gonna
won't
cut-
even know.
I'm gonna cut it short
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna do what I got to do. I mean, I'm not gonna fake no funk now. Understand there's a difference and there's a fine line between it because I feel like when you can start faking the funk a little too much to where you're unhappy. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm never gonna disrespect anybody in front of children.
So my cousin said the other day, we were talking and we were talking about our parents and how where her parents are my uncle and aunt and they got into argument. So instead of going and telling the husband that his food is ready, she'd say, "Go in there and tell your daddy the food is on the table." You understand? So there's still that united front. She
Mhm.
still cooked. She still fixed his food. I just ain't going. I'm mad as so and so.
Yeah,
I ain't
I
going in there
ain't-
telling
I ain't
so and so
delivering
nothing.
no plates
But you
tonight.
go in there tell daddy your
Right.
food. Or when you have to go grocery shopping, go tell your daddy you no food in here. She go in there. He come back and say, write the list.
Right.
And they create that united front. The kids know that
Right,
Kids
right.
hear people mad and argue.
Right.
But they still,
Because she
they
could have
still
made
the
dinner
parent,
and
the
made
parental
plates
still
for
in
everybody
place.
but him. Now that's when you crossing the line. You being a little petty. Okay.
There you go.
I know we was just arguing. You being a little petty. But you gotta find a little balance. Now that is, I agree with you on something. Look at that.
Let's get to some comments.
So I was reading that and it said, does that mean that cheaters are obligated to cover it up, to lie to you? Hell yes. Yes.
Respect me.
Exactly. So I've already disrespected you behind your back. I'll be damned if I disrespect you in your face.
Right.
So there are conversations, and ladies, we all know y'all do it, and men do it the same. There are conversations that men have that a woman would feel very uncomfortable knowing that's how your husband really think or your boyfriend really think. But we would never bring that conversation to you. And there are things that y'all say and do that, and it's about respect.
Right.
I would never let my woman who I lay with every night see my porn search history. She'd probably be fucking mad. But some women don't like stuff like that.
Right.
So it's
But that when it comes back full circle to knowing your partner.
So
and then if she come out and she got a toy and that motherfucker that long,
throw your hands up.
Don't let me see it.
There you go. Listen, Bria threw me a curveball. So do you see it? All right. If you don't see it, I'll read it.
Go ahead and read it.
Something.
Go ahead and read it, bro.
Oh,
All right. Bria says, same thing for teen. What if your children don't accept the outside child and treat the child less than and or abuse the child? What you do then? What do you do then? You still bring the outside child around. So Bria, that's an excellent point. And we have to flip that. You're right. Well, how do your children at home feel? Because a lot of children are protected of their moms.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Oh yeah.
And they're protective of their own territory. And their territory is, that's
What they
my
built.
daddy, and who the hell are you now coming in? That's why the parents, the husband and wife, gotta deal with this, because there needs to be conversation going on with these kids. That's why I don't want to have that. But Bria, to answer your question, that's why there has to be conversations, because I have to explain this to the children. I can't make them feel a certain way, but I have to understand as a father of an outside child that I did wrong. I still have an obligation and responsibility like I have to them. Now, if they don't want that child around and they are going to be abusive to that child, then I'm going to have to deal with that accordingly at the best way that I can. Because at the end of the day, I cannot make my children in my house deal with that outside child in a favorable way. I can't. And if I can't, I will do the best to bring peace among them and make them realize that they are still blood.
Right.
The best way that I can. But I would have to respect how they feel and deal with that accordingly.
I think
Not
that's
easy,
even more
Bria.
tough.
Bria, it's not an easy situation. That's a great question.
both parties. It is not an
That's-
easy
It's
situation.
not an easy situation. Exactly, Veronica.
So when I said that I wouldn't bring the child around because the mama could be abusing the kid, y'all jump down my damn throat.
No,
like,
the only thing I said was not all women are the same. You have women that are mean like that, but not all women. And that's when I made the point about my friend went through that situation,
Right.
and she took in that child as her own. She wasn't mean. She cooked for that child just like she did her other children. So you can't say that all women.
I never said
Or-
all women. I
I'm just
never
saying,
said
I'm
all
just
women.
saying,
I-
but not all.
What I was saying is protect that child. If this woman doesn't want my child around her, I'm going to protect my child because, like I said, I've already disrespected you.
Right. You upset.
So you don't want to see the child. So I'm not going to put myself in a situation where you're being mean to
Well,
an
I agree
innocent
with that.
to an innocent child. Or I have to step outside and I come back and my child is crying and you sitting over here looking like that. I'm not going to put you in that situation. See, we sometimes look and want to be selfish, and I'm not calling anybody selfish, but sometimes we are selfish in our needs and our wants and don't think about the other person. And then a situation
I give you that.
arises that we're like, well, damn, if I just would have listened,
It wouldn't have happened.
it wouldn't have happened. So don't even put. So
I
if
get
this
that.
woman's saying that's just like a dog, hey man, don't bring your dog around me, and you bring your dog around me and I kick it, then it's like
Don't be surprised.
exactly.
So
So
we got to understand too, there's different levels to abuse and neglect. Like I think when a lot of people heard you say abuse, they probably in their mind, they probably went to like a real like far left, deep, like,
yes,
just you come home and a child is like maybe drowning in a tub or something
Right.
like that.
damn.
But like there's levels to it because to me, I feel neglect is as well. If I got, let's say I got 2 kids and you got an outside child, but every time your outside
Right.
kid comes over, I'm not treating them the same. I go
Yeah.
get my kids something from the store. We coming back from Target. All the children got something, but your little outside child.
Right.
That's treating them differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say this because Cheryl, something Victor said earlier, I got to go back to, and Cheryl caught it. She said, so lying isn't disrespectful. So Victor, let's zero in on what you said. You said that
I was
if
about to answer that, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay, good. So if you say that if I'm cheating if I'm being disrespectful on the outside, I'm damn sure not going to be disrespectful in front of your face. But if you're doing something that is not right and then lying about it, if there's some suspicion about it, isn't that a problem? I mean, that's what Cheryl
What
was
was her
saying.
question?
Is lying disrespectful?
No,
Because you got to know about something in order to be disrespected.
exactly.
And what he was saying is that you're going to at least respect me enough to keep.
So
your
you got to
stuff
be in the
hidden.
forest to hear the tree fall, huh?
Right.
Exactly. So we know what men, where we kind of get
Mhm.
in. This is what happens, baby. How you think this look? Oh man, you look good. And we thinking to ourselves, nah. Or they ask us, you thought about me today? You damn, yeah, girl. Why you ain't text me? Was busy at work. Or do you ain't see my text message? And you, yeah, I saw it. But it's like, nah, I ain't seen it. Or why you ain't called me today? I've been busy at work. It's like, I don't want to tell you.
The truth.
I wasn't thinking about you. I wasn't thinking about nobody else.
I just wasn't thinking about
I
you.
I just wasn't thinking about you. So we lie
Right.
because I had to, you know what? It's funny. I had this conversation today at work. At the end of the day, a man wants to have sex. And at the end of the day, a woman wants to be respected. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure at the end of the night, I get what I want. And she going to make sure at the end of the night, she gets what she wants. So you might be riding and a woman to buy a man a shirt or whatever, because she honestly wants to see you in this shirt. Or she'll buy a man cologne because she honestly thinks that this cologne would smell really good on her man. I thought about you. We buy shit to get some. I bought you this big ass diamond ring because I know you get freaky and nasty when you get stuff like that. I bought you these Gucci purse or Coach purse or whatever because I know gifts make you do strange things.
So Victor says what I've been saying for the longest, which I always give credit to the book. I always give credit. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Mhm.
And because we're part of the human family, we're not the same. That's why I keep saying we want to judge us by the same standards because we're human. Oh, it's not fair. One is not better than the other. I'm not saying one is not better than the other, but we're different. We're different. Our needs and wants and desires are different. And we try to bounce them in and say we are the same. And we're not the same. And you wanted to judge us by your standards. And I keep saying that. Women want to judge men by their standards, and we're not women. Like some of us men are not women. And you know where I mean there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so no disrespect to that side, but
You
when I'm
can't
talking
be
about heterosexual, I'm not a woman. I don't think like a woman. I try to be sympathetic. I can't empathize with you.
Right.
I can empathize through going through certain things, but I am not going through. I don't go through some of the things that you go through, and we're not the same. Stop trying to hold each other to the same standard because we can't hold you women to the same standards or our value system because we're men. And that's why when a woman tries to make me something that I'm not, I get pissed because I'm a man. That's how I was raised. I'm a man. I will be respectful, but don't try to make me something I'm not because I'm not that.
But you know, I was with you until you say that because women have a real funny feature on unlocking potential in us that we don't see.
Okay. Well, I mean, or everybody can pull
You're right.
something out of
Yeah.
someone. So
Yeah.
we all can do that. And we can all make each other better. But we're still not the same.
You're right.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you.
We're not the
I
same.
agree with everything you said. But I'm gonna tell you this, man.
Mhm.
We'll do shit for our with the woman we love.
Right.
We'll do shit for a woman we love,
Right.
and she and
I
we'll
know
be
what
like,
you
you, mama, you better not tell nobody. I was in here cooking naked or some shit like. I mean,
Like
but you,
Bing Ring the baby boy.
but
Yeah.
but
you're
think
right.
about it.
That's right.
And I was talking about this love, and I said this in Tori's
Right.
podcast. Love is so weird.
Right.
Love is not natural, bro. Love is not natural.
Yeah.
Think about what love is. Love is I put you before me, so your life is more important than mine. That shit is not natural, and
That's
to
dangerous.
it is. It's
Very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Love will get
Because
your ass.
it's only not dangerous when we both on the same wavelength.
Mhm.
Because I can be over here putting you before me, but you not putting me before you.
Right.
All right, guys. Let's
End it.
wrap it.
End it. End it.
Hold on. Let me.
So, what are the final thoughts to this young lady?
I'll let y'all go first.
My thoughts is, ma'am, if you need to do your homework, find out if that's your sister, leave your parents out of it. That's my opinion. Leave your parents out of it. Get with your brothers, get with this lady, and try. And if it's that important, do a DNA test with her. And the worst that can happen is you can make a friend. So I'll leave it at that.
Britt?
I agree a lot with what he just said, but definitely I honestly feel she needs to just bypass the talk with her parents, only because I'm looking at it from a realistic standpoint. It would be great for her to sit down with her parents and say, hey, this woman came to me and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think they're very open to it because all these years have gone by. So I think she needs to save herself a lot of headache, a lot of heartache from a conversation going wrong. Meet up with the woman, get to know her, get it figured out, get a DNA test first before y'all get to know each other. First.
For me, I'm gonna say this. I kind of agree with what y'all say. I disagree a little bit. It's meaning get with the sister, do the DNA test, find out. I'm a stickler. My parents are deceased. There's certain things I want to ask them. I don't think it's disrespectful. It's just certain things I want to know because certain things to know about my parents will tell me certain things that I feel and I do. And then if that is the sister, because if it ain't the sister, I ain't got to go talk to nobody. I'm a grown woman now. When I go talk to my father, because I don't know that I got to go talk to the moms. I go talk to the father. Dad, I got a question for you. This is what happened. And you're my father. And I respect that. But why? You don't have to answer, but I'm curious. I'd rather ask you while you got breath in your body to see what your answer is as an adult than you 6 feet under, and then I'm curious because he may have a conversation with you and explain everything, explain things that you might not understand or know or whatever, or you may not like, but he may explain it to you. If they got breath in their body and you're curious, don't let them die. Don't let them leave here and don't get the answer. At least try. That's where I disagree. And I say, I would approach him. I'm a grown man now. Don't have to, I'm not going to be disrespectful. Hey, daddy, you did so-and-so. I ain't asking, why didn't you just have so-and-so in your life? This is just to understand.
I can agree with that because, you know, a lot of families get in that situation when a loved one passed away, a lot of stuff come out that should have been brought out while this person was here on this earth.
Don't say should have because it didn't come out, but I get it. I'm sorry.
See what I'm saying?
You got to go against the grain.
No, I mean,
See what
it did. We'll talk about this off camera. But go ahead.
I can't be great.
You can be great. You great.
Thank you.
You great.
I give you
But-
a great bell.
Thank you. yeah, like I feel like a lot of conversations need to be told, like you're saying, while that person is living. If this young lady want to find out from her dad, and I respect the fact that she's saying that she, kind of skeptical about it because her dad has an illness. But I feel like if you want to go and ask your dad about it, ask your dad, but at the right time. But I would, if I was her, I'll talk to my brothers first because I want to know why you all are calling this young lady sister.
Like, what am I missing?
And why no one, what am I missing? Why no one came to me and said anything to me about it?
Yeah.
Do y'all know something that I don't? Share with me. Did dad tell y'all that this was our sister? Or did you all hear it in the streets like myself and y'all just calling her sister because you all heard it?
Right.
Do y'all know for a fact?
Yeah.
Like, let me know what the deal is. But I'm a true believer. Like, I feel like everyone should know their family. And I know there are situations where you're not going to know, your entire family because there are a lot of family secrets out there. But I mean, if you have that opportunity to do so, why not?
My daughters just had, recently, one of them said, brought up a question. And, when you go through ups and downs, sometimes, and they respect me, I give them that. But if they want to know something, you got the platform. Just don't be disrespectful with it. But if you want to know something, my daughter told me how she felt. I got that. But you may not know her whole story. You may not this, that, and other. And at the end of the day, this is why I made that decision. It may not have been the best decision, but this is the decision I made. You might not. But at least you ask. And I give them that part because I want them, because I raised my children to have their own mind and to be independent and they need to know the makeup of their moms and the makeup of me. That's it. So, she's going to give him a hug. Somebody said,
What I did?
Don't get him all mushy.
What's wrong?
What's
wrong?
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Here it comes.
What I did?
She going to propose to you.
Shit.
What you mean?
Shit. No. Hell no. That's incest. Dude. I'm gonna tell you no now.
Wait a minute, there's something going on. We don't know about the parent.
But you just said earlier it didn't matter if you was cousins. Did he say that?
Yeah, brother and sister a little different. I don't know what I needed a hug for. What I did.
I miss you.
Oh, it can't coming out now. Christmas time. It's time to get ugly.
Hell no. I'm not buying nothing. I said that I am not getting in no relationships to January 2nd. Hell no. Hell no.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Y'all are so special to me.
Oh Lord. What you sipping something over there?
I'm just saying, I'm sensitive tonight.
Oh Lord. This is
I've been sensitive after reading this letter.
We know what's going on. Okay.
But thank y'all so much. Brittany, it was so good to have you
Thanks
back
for
sipping
having
with
me.
us tonight.
Brittany, you're a
Thanks
breath
for
of fresh
having
air too.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
that.
you. You're gonna have to come back.
You
Britt.
all right. You all right.
I was waiting on something. I was waiting on something from him.
And for the ones that was late to the show, Brittany started out with me on the T 2019.
2019.
We was together. She was the first one to know about my vision for the show. And I appreciate you so much. Like,
I
you
appreciate
mean
you.
a lot to me. Thank you, Brittany. Once again, thank you, Brother Fatine, for always sitting in with us.
Mhm.
So glad to have you back with us tonight.
You good?
I'm good.
I see you. You all right. You feeling good tonight?
Victor.
What's going on?
You trying to sound on.
What's going on?
There you go.
Thank you, my brother, as always, sitting in and sipping with us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You all right?
She ain't all right, brother.
man. What in the hell going on?
Joe, it must be the cologne I wear. Because
must
it got
be.
her going crazy.
Must
over
be.
here. She going crazy over here with this cologne.
I do like that cologne, though. It smells really
Well,
nice.
you need to stare
guys-
at fatigue. You making me uncomfortable. God, dog. You might have somebody thinking something.
Guys, okay. Victor and I are like brothers and sisters,
There you
right,
go.
Vic?
There you go.
Disclaimer.
Please throw that out there.
Thank you all so much for
That'll be a
watching
disclaimer
the
today and a disclaimer tomorrow.
No, hell no.
That
That
is so gross. Yeah,
Hell no.
Y'all walk into it.
No. Thank you again. Really
Good one.
fatigued.
Hey,
you.
she said disclaimer, Brittany. Brittany on that.
Thank you all so much for watching tonight, guys. We appreciate y'all.
Tony loves
for
it. What's that
hanging out.
cologne shit? I need some of it.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate y'all. And like always, we don't get to all your comments, but we would definitely go back through and comment behind you guys if necessary. But thank you all so much for watching the tea each and every Tuesday and Thursday night. If you guys would like to be sitting where Britt is sitting tonight, hey, call us. Well, not call us, but email us, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. If you would like to be a guest, if you have topic suggestions, hit us up, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com, or right there on our Tangy Tea page. All right, guys, don't forget to head over to YouTube as well and give us a thumbs up, become a subscriber, and yeah, all of that good stuff. And like our Tangy Tea page, share this podcast, and we will check y'all out, God willing, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Have a good night.